Starting and running a business is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. Whether you're an established business owner or thinking about starting a side hustle to earn extra income, I am here to teach you how to show up as your unfiltered self, level up your business, and thrive as a mompreneur. Let's embrace the chaos and start enjoying the journey together. I'm Amy Traw, and you're listening to the Motivated Mompreneur Podcast. Welcome back into the Motivated Mompreneur Podcast. I am joined by Elisa today, and we are talking all about styling ourselves and stepping into that confident version of ourselves. And she is going to teach us some very actionable strategies to be able to do that and embody that next level version of ourselves. So this is a conversation I'm very excited for because confidence is one of my favorite things to talk about. So with that being said, Elisa, welcome into the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Oh, so excited to chat with you today. So before we dive in, tell us more about yourself, who you are, what you do, and who you serve.
Sure. So I was in corporate for many, many years, and in my 40s, we had some, we moved, some shifts, and I needed to be home for my boys. And so I was a rep for a jewelry company for a little while, and then that kept leading me into my clients wanting me to help style them so they knew how to wear what they'd purchased. And I also had quite a few friends who were going through divorce. So I was creating kind of capsule wardrobes on a budget so that they could go back to work and know what business casual and business professional was. And I had a great friend who kept encouraging me to create a business. And so I did. Typically, my clients are women over 40. I do have clients who are in their 30s, but it's typically someone who's a mom, who's working, whether they're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a woman in management or business. And they just, we all want more time, right? We want to get out the door in 5 and look good and feel good because that has so much to do with our confidence.
It really does, because looking good, and not only looking, but just feeling good, it really does so much for confidence. How does that play into it from your perspective?
Working with clients over the years, what I have found is that when we dress up, even if we have nowhere to go, there's a direct correlation with how we feel, how much we get done, if we're confident, if we stand taller, if we speak up, don't speak up. All of those little things are all connected sometimes to whether we're in leggings or we feel put together.
Yes, because I feel like, even from a marketing standpoint, when you feel good, people can feel that. You kind of resonate that
Absolutely.
energy.
Yes, for me, it's all about being authentic, on brand, and confident. And when you have all of those pieces, you just show up as as a stronger, more confident, more capable person.
Oh, I love that. So tell us more about capsule wardrobes, because there's been a lot of talk about different capsule wardrobes over the years. How can that help the busy mom kind of streamline things?
It makes such a difference. So supposedly the average person takes 13 to 16 minutes to figure out what they want to wear, not even like the time it takes you to get dressed. So as a busy mom, you want to save time, right? And my personal view is you can really have 10 pieces that if they're the right color, the right layering, you can create 40, 50 different outfits out of it. And so I'm all about 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 layering pieces, and you pick what works for you, because I have clients that don't wear skirts, some that don't wear jeans, some that love to wear dresses, all of those things. And so you kind of personalize it to fit you and your life and your lifestyle.
Oh, why is this so much simpler than we've all made it out to be? I
Yeah,
feel like as moms in particular, we make it very complicated. And 13 to 16 minutes just figuring out what to wear. That's a
right.
huge chunk of time. I mean, you think about it, even if it was just 10 minutes times 5 days a week, just the working week,
Right.
that's nearly an hour of time
Yep.
out of your day.
Absolutely. So what I encourage my clients to do is to pick one day and spend 10 to 15 minutes kind of planning out what they're going to wear for the week, to think about, where do I have to go? What do I have to do? And when you do that, you could potentially be saving yourself an hour of time, depending on how long it takes you to do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, definitely. And something else too that I see this helping with is decision fatigue, because as As women entrepreneurs especially, we're making so many decisions in a given day that if we're taxing our brains at the beginning of the day, we're using up that capacity to make decisions really early on something that really doesn't need to have a lot of thought behind it if you do what you just said and taking that time to plan it.
Absolutely. And when you have the right pieces in your closet that fit, that you feel good in, that you have confidence in, that feel authentic to you, it makes it really easy.
Yeah. Now, what advice can you give us to figure out what those three pieces are?
You really have to find pieces that you're comfortable and confident in. I had someone tell me years ago that if I was going to be a speaker, I needed to wear dresses, heels, and nylons. Well, that's not really who I am. So I tell my clients, find what feels authentic to you, whether it's the jeans, the top, and then think about colors that go together. I love lots of navy, white, and olive, and maybe some camel. And so a lot of my pieces have those colors on them. So I can just pull anything and it goes together seamlessly.
Yeah, and that's almost timeless too, because yes,
Right.
it's fun to have the trendy clothes, but trends change so quickly. And I'm sorry, as I'm getting older, I'm not wearing some of those quote unquote trendy pieces. It just doesn't look right and it doesn't feel right on me.
Right, exactly. It's not authentic to who you are. And when you find those classic pieces, and sometimes it's often better to invest in a piece that's going to last you a little longer, and it just makes it so much easier. And then you can change the look with, let's say, some earrings or a belt, a fun pair of shoes, or even a bag. It takes the attention to something else. And people won't even recognize that you're wearing, let's say, the same t shirt that you wore last week with a different blazer or a sweater. It's really easy to change up the look of an outfit using accessories.
Yeah, and two, I never even thought about that. Like you're right, it can completely transform the whole look, the whole vibe of the outfit, whether
Right.
you want to dress it up, dress it down, do more accessories, less accessories, even, adding in color that way. I could see how that could totally change the outfit.
Absolutely. I have a client that loves to wear fun scarves, another one that loves shoes, and still another that loves funky belts. So, just with those three accessory pieces, it completely changes the look of the outfit.
Why, as moms, is it important that we are taking the time to dress ourselves each day, not just picking out a sweatshirt and leggings every single day? Because I think so many times we get stuck in that. We just we get tired, we put it on the back burner, like it's comfortable. I just want to be in my comfy pants. What advice can you give us?
I'm going to say it's really important to fill your cup first, right? This is kind of an overarching message, but I think the clothes kind of get forgotten because all the clients that I've worked with, in fact, I do a no legging challenge. When we start working together, I encourage them to not wear leggings at least twice a week, to get up and get dressed in real clothes, even if they have nowhere to go. And every single time, the client will say, "Oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I feel beautiful. I got so much more done." Just by taking care of yourself. As moms, we take care of everybody, our friends, our neighbors, our kids, our partners, coworkers, and we forget about ourselves and we put us on the back burner. So just taking that little step of getting up and getting dressed in something you feel pretty in, confident in, authentic in makes a huge difference. And that just radiates out to everybody else.
Oh my gosh, I love that too because yes, we forget to fill our cups. We do. We're constantly pouring out into everyone else that we're just so exhausted. But taking your advice to, okay, let's just plan it out. Let's treat ourselves so that we can be showing up more for our business, that we can be showing up more for ourselves, because that will help us grow because that confidence is exuded from us because you are showing up confidently. And I love the no legging challenge. How did you start with that or get inspired to create that?
Well, post pandemic, I had a lot of my clients and I heard the same thing. I'm just wearing athleisure wear every day. I'm just wearing athleisure. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. And a lot of the women that I work with are mompreneurs. They're in business. And so the overarching message I want them to see is you're the CEO of your business. And whether or not you realize it, when you're wearing leggings, it changes how you hold yourself, how you feel about yourself, how often you speak up. your decision making. All of those things are attached to potentially how you're showing up for yourself. And so if you're showing up in leggings and athleisure wear versus, let's say, a cute pair of pants, a stylish top, or maybe a blazer, whatever it is that does something for you, it can change, how people see you, your brand awareness, your reach, your sales, your productivity. I mean, it's just interconnected to so many different things.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. So for the mom that's, to the point in her business, she's investing so much into her business. She doesn't have a huge budget. Where do you advise she start? Is it starting with the accessories? Is it starting with one of those pieces? Where should she start?
So I always suggest saving and setting aside a budget. When we start our businesses, we have budgets for marketing, for social media, for our finance. There's like a little line item for everything. And what I have found in working with women is because we give so generously to everybody else and forget about ourselves, we're like, well, I don't want to spend money on that. I'll wait. But if you have the budget set aside for it, whether it's $10 a month or 100 a quarter or whatever it is for you, then you're more likely to invest in yourselves. And then check out the factory stores, like J. Crew Factory, Banana Republic Factory. A lot of those places have decent quality clothes that are much less expensive. And I always tell people, get on a mailing list. If you're going to buy it, you might as well buy it on sale. A lot of companies will send you coupons. And then the other two tips I give is the power of two. Can you wear it for 2 seasons? Summer, spring, or fall and winter? And can you make 2 outfits out of it? So often we find pieces that we're like, it's on sale, I'm going to get it. But it doesn't really go with anything in our closet. So think to yourself, can I create 2 new outfits with this piece? And if you can't, then I often suggest leaving it, even though it's a great buy, because what happens is you'll have to get something else to go with it. And then it's not such a great buy.
Ooh, I like that. And I can really see how, budgeting for it eliminates a lot of the guilt around that subject because
Absolutely.
yeah, we do. We're like, oh, I should pour this money into my business, not in myself. But you are investing in yourself. And by investing in yourself, you will show up better, more confidently, and all the things that you just described. And I love too about, you know, really be cautious. Yes, go for the sale, but be cautious of what you're buying on sale because we've all been there when we buy something just because it's such a good deal. But you
Right.
get it home and you're like, I have nothing to go with this. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to wear it with. And then it sits there.
Right. Absolutely. It does. And so there's one more piece to that. We want people to invest in us, right? We're starting our business. We have a business. We're always looking for new clients. But that mentality of we're not willing to invest in ourselves. So that's a really important connection because you have to be willing to invest in yourselves if you want others to invest in you.
Definitely. And I mean, the same can be said for mentorship as well. It's a constant
Absolutely.
evolution of learning, growing, adapting, and having someone to identify those blind spots for you within your business. Well, your clothing
Absolutely.
is directly affecting how you're showing up.
Yes. And it's how people see you. I mean, it really
Right.
takes less than 15 seconds for people to make an assumption about you. That first impression used to be what, 60 seconds? And now it's like somewhere between 5 and 15 seconds. And they're deciding whether or not they want to do business with you.
Yes, yes, exactly. And first impressions are something you can't take back. So why not make that first impression an absolutely amazing, knock it out of the park? Like, oh my gosh, I want what this woman has. I want her to teach me her secrets to show up like that confidently and just full of value and vigor and all of the things.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Elisa, how do we get into your world and learn more about you? If we're like listening to this going, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. Okay, I need this. I don't even know where to start though, and I need someone in my corner. Where can we get a hold of you?
You can find me at turnkeystyle.com. You can also find me on Facebook or Instagram at stylish curvy girl. And I'm also on LinkedIn at Elisa Ellis.
Amazing. Amazing. Now, do you offer virtual services as well?
Yes, absolutely. I work with clients across the US and in the UK.
So, talk us through that process. How does the virtual service work?
So it really, even pre-pandemic, I work with clients so long as they have a computer or an iPad. And when I'm working with them on their closets, helping them clean out what doesn't work, or if I'm purchasing items for them and shipping them to them, we do virtual try-ons. And it's really easy to see because when you put something on that's uncomfortable, you literally cave in on yourself versus standing taller. So long as I can see you, it works perfectly.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. So if you are struggling with, I don't know how to dress myself, and so many of us do, especially after having babies, our bodies change. The clothes we wear are probably going to need to adapt and adjust as well. So if you want to build that confidence and step into the next level version of you, reach out to Elisa, get into her world, follow along on her social media, and learn how you can make these changes. Because, like you said, that first impression is so, so important. Elisa, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to share your value with our listeners.
Thank you again. This was so fun.
Definitely. And until next time, mamas, stop dreaming and start taking messy action. You've got this. Are you loving what you're hearing? Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode.